Service. As I move to you with my vibrations tenderly caressing you at length, I just could not feel any better at this consummation of our harmony, as if there couldn't be a thing still lacking in our free existence of pure love and nothing else, as if our separation even couldn't be more negligible as my life is filled with you. So let us stay that way and carry on, and I will humbly stick to this my altar worship of my daily constant service to our love. Facts. As I dream of you in faithful homage, it is difficult to keep away from worship of the saintly ideal that you represent, while at the same time nothing could be so much down to earth as your impressing common sense and downright honesty of pure sincerity, which makes all other positive characteristics negligible and superfluous. Your character and heart so dominating and outweighing, overshadowing all pettiness to be ignored. We struck together instantly the mother lode of life's essentials, and what more can we expect except the joy of sharing it together? Enigmas. As my love rises in the morning with the sun and beauty of the world, there is no match to all that harmony that blooms throughout my soul, singing all your glory, and that we have found ourselves and found each other, never to be separated ever again, as our souls were always grown together into something of an everlasting union of united wisdom, love and tolerance in worship of eternal truth and beauty. Could I be more clear and explicit? What is there more to say when love has taken our language away to speak more freely, what never could be spoken except by wavelengths of the air, of that strange idiom of vibrations only, that only telepaths may understand, and therefore hold their most expressive silence? Comradeship. My comrade in the struggle is my twin of destiny. Our personalities are intertwined as if we never had but been together, and I don't just only love her, but adore her senselessly, in fatal passions of eternity, and I will gladly suffer for it, as a downright self-tormentor of profession. Cure me not of this my plague, but let me go on loving you forever, as the one friend I could never do without, my bosom friend of destiny and comrade of our freedom struggle of eternity. Kamratskap. Min kamrat i livets kamp är som en ödestvilling. Våra karaktärer är som sammanflätade, som om vi aldrig varit skilda åt, och jag endast älskar henne men avgudar henne outsegligt i passioners eviga fatalitet. Och gärna skall jag lida för den saken som den hopplösa självplågare jag är, och alltid var obotligen till professionen. Bota i min plåga, men låt mig få hålla på så helst för evigt med att älska dig, min vän, den enda som jag aldrig kunde leva utan, hjärtevän av ödet och kamrat i evighetens frihetssträvan. Manifestation, reflection. The sweetness of your presence transcends all limits of a resplendent bliss, the more so for your absence, shortened by the overwhelming longing that keeps on continuing to grow, embracing you in ever warmer hugs of love that never can be stopped. Thus beauty rules the world magnificently and ubiquitously, bestowing on it everlasting life of simple love that never can be halted, but must keep on growing and continuing forever. Thus am I but one small wave along the ever windy roaring ocean, always moving forward, in the overwhelming love force that keeps battering all shores forever, in a constant demonstration of the universal force and origin of love and life. Appeal. May I love you once more, in secret intimacy, most clandestinely, with only you and me to watch, and be aware of how I love you, needing you more urgently than I myself can be aware of, never more to let you go away from me out of my heart, but keeping you in safety, locking myself out of any other possible pretension, since you are my other half, and without you my life would be reduced indeed to that intolerable poverty which was I before I met you. Maybe I protest too much, but love's voice never can be quieted, for nothing is more irresistible than the truth of nature in true love. Hardships of the diehards. That's us, the sufferers, who never can give up but go on fighting, torturing themselves for nothing but thin air, despised as asinine ideals, while we know better, fighting to the bitter end, for our faith in truth and justice, untouchable crusaders for the values of eternity, unvanquishable truth and beauty manifested in continuous creativity that no one ever can put down, the glory of creation that, if anything on earth, is properly divine. Impossible equation that works. It's like a mathematic formula. Distances are neutralized and absence is made void, reduced to nothing by affection, while our love can only be advanced by turning into objectivity by facts of separation, leaving only facts remaining of our common personality, how we belonged from the beginning to each other to remain so mystically in our mind united while we are two different persons still, of different stories, different destinies, and very different wills, and seem obliged to so remain. A common fate thus seems to be, united closely into love together, and the more so for our constant separation. Migrän-djävulen, du hamrar i min tinning, din förbannade demon. Förstör mitt liv och skäms sig för det, din fördömda sabotageexpert, som bara gör det för att jävlas utan någon mening alls och utan ens det ringaste motiv. Vad har jag gjort för att förtjäna dig som infernalisk och objuden våldsgäst? I 3 års tortyr och längre utan att du någonsin lämnar mig i fred, förutom blott för att förnya dina angrepp, alltid överraskande och grymt försåtliga, som om du ville tvinga mig till nederlag. Men jag ger aldrig upp och tål dina belägringar på livstid om så skulle krävas och slår lika hårt tillbaka med min envishet och energi. Och du blir tvungen till att vika dig till slut, din mördare och ärkeskurk till nedrig niding, din förrädare som bara angriper lömskt bakifrån och inifrån när offret ditt är obevakat, obeväpnat. Ty mot min arbetsnarkomani skall ens du i längden hålla stånd. Maturity. What does it matter that your hair is getting grayer and your temper slacker, while you get more comfortable substituting laziness for work, with handicaps and pains for an excuse, while you look less and less into the mirror to evade the obvious truth that you are getting old, but everyone is getting older. Even young impertinent and careless sports, rejoicing in their ignorance naively, have nothing to be proud of in the perspective of time, while we, in spite of our grey hairs, have learnt to love in spite of all and keep on loving, and that will keep us young at heart and ever grow our souls forever younger, as we stick to life's profoundest wisdom, that of simply sticking to our love. Out of touch, as we are never out of touch, no matter how far we are separated, there is never any risk of losing that most valuable touch of pricelessness with our world of sound reality of chaos, turbulence, and revolutions, where the ultimate deciding force is nature, justly threatening with the upheaval of abusive mankind's universal terrorism, in irresponsibly exterminating wildlife, the only sound life form there is, which we are allied to as incurably free lovers of the wildest forms of life, and that is our eternal contact. Bide by me, my love, and keep to purity of life and soundness and of nature, and we'll never lose our touch as universal freedom fighters. A glimpse of paradise. A glimpse of paradise out in the desert of the nakedness of loneliness, the lack of water and the universal draught, and there was you, like some miraculous angelic apparition out of nowhere, showing me a way to go, a path through all the mirages of lies, of failures, of this barren life, which brought me back to life in search for you. And my chief comfort is now ever that however much astray I go, I know now that all ways and paths will always lead me back to you. Abstruse facts of life. So it was from the beginning. There were no limits to my faith in you, no reservations in my absolute affinity. The flow was there and live and ready to embalm you in the overwhelmingness of beauty, of the endless riches and resources of an overflowing heart once opened up to natural affection. And so there you are, we stand there caught by destiny in its most wondrous mechanisms of inexplicable benevolence, quite given up to our common soul, that inveigles us in fathomless profundity of total mystery, all in the greatest riddle of them all, how all this actually could be reality. And yet it's there, and we are here, and all that we can do about it is only to succumb to factual love. Between the battles, in the breaks of time, between the battles, my sole chance of an escape is flying up to you in loving thoughts of limitless affection, far away from this confusing vanity, to find you even furthermore away, but there at least our thoughts can meet. It is the briefest of encounters, but the more invaluable as such, and more significant for its taking place at all, and I can live on it for any time throughout the trenches as I dive down into battle to be buried once again in this confusing world of vanity. Chance meetings. Suddenly a friend appears, completely out of nowhere, and you didn't even know that person did exist. And suddenly a new dimension opens up of aspects of new friendships and horizons. And your future prospects multiply of opportunities and possibilities of new mentalities to know and new life facets to discover. Naturally, you must cling to such chance meetings and not let them just pass by, but catch them in their golden moment and preserve the treasure that they bring, to let them join your life and let yourself join in with them. Lyckträffar. Plötsligt finner man en vän på vägen som från ingenstans, och du hade ingen aning om ens att den vännen existerade, och plötsligt uppenbaras nya dimensioner, nya vänskapsutsikter och nya horisonter, och din framtidsmöjligheter blir förhöjda genom nya tillfällen och nya öppna dörrar inför ny mentalitetsbekantskap och upptäckandet av nya livsaspekter. Självklart gäller det att ta tillvara sådana lyckträffar och låta dem passera, men att gripa dem i deras gyllene ögonblick och ta tillvara skatterna det medför och förena dem med ditt liv liksom du berikar ditt med att ta del i deras. Och förena dem med ditt liv liksom du berikar ditt med att ta del i deras. Stuck. As my heart melts into you, my love, with no end to As my heart melts into you, my love, with no end to its sweetness, filling up the world with beauty, coming out of our affection, there's nothing to resist our warmth as we encompass the whole universe in one embrace and fit of perfect love. I wish to stay with you, within you, never to get out of this embrace, to leave the joy of staying inside you in ecstasy of bliss and happiness. So let's just keep within each other, never to let go of our counterpart, and thus we will remain united to enrich the world of love with our love. Love and physics. I found my love so far away that it would seem a matter of far-fetchedness to bring it and to keep it up to date, and thus my closest friends, both male and female, are the farthest distanced from me. But at the same time, this might be the very proof that love is independent of the physical conditions and survives the better for adversity and trial, if it's genuine and true. My love is therefore closer to me than she ever was, although our worldly distance is unbridgeable except by the communion of the souls, which easily breaks any rule of physics.